But there's a character in the book called Rusty Jake. Is his
That's
name.
right. That's right.
One of my good friends.
And he says, his dialogue is, "What was it in our forefathers' fit, bled and died for? What did they do in the cold for without a mint julep to make and jolly or a sherry cobbler to warm their insides? Was it to have this item of human rights wiped off the slate of liberty with a sponge of tyranny? Was it to have the pardoning power struck out in the Constitution? The idea is ridiculous. Why, the fact is, though it ain't generally known, that the whole revolution was on account of the pardoning power. General Washington, as his history will tell you, was put in jail for killing and slur for Native American in a N-word riot down south. That old curmudgeon George III refused to pardon General Washington. The revolution, gentlemen, was the consequence of that refusal. I refers you to history, gentlemen, for further particulars." So basically,
Can you say that in English? What the fuck did you just say?
what he's saying is that this is our God-given constitutional right, is to riot and destroy things. That's how the
nice.
nation was founded. So it is hypocritical for capitalists to now start saying, hey, this isn't kosher anymore. So
Agreed.
basically, this is where sort of that formation, that transformation starts to happen between gangs and police. All right, so some of these fire companies, they were all street gangs, right? And they all had ridiculous names.
Yes.
This is what would enforce basically, political power in the U.S. in urban settings in the 19th century. And there were gangs with names like the Bouncers, the Rats, Stingers, Skinners, Flayers, Bleeders, Blood Tubs, Pluckers, Garroters, Hyenas, Death Fetchers, Dock Street Philosophers. And one of the most notorious gangs was the Killers.
Oh yeah, that's straight to the point. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, think of something better.
This is the last
no,
time you mess with the 4th Street Finger Blasters.
Oh no, do you hear that? It's Mr. Brightside. It's the killer. That's my joke. That's my joke right there. I was expecting when you're going like old timey gang names, it'd be like, oh, it's the Cheeky Boys, but then you're just like the Flayers, the Deathmongers. I'm like, all right, yep, they knew what was scary back then too, I guess.
Oh, that shit's
the Blood
cool.
Tubs are, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be in the blood tubs. I want a tub of blood.
But they would like fight over territory, as that's seen in gangs in New York, right? There's a building on fire, and two fire companies show up and start squabbling over who's supposed to put it out, and they end up just fighting each other, and no one puts it out.
Well, this shit still happens in Ukraine. It's great.
Really?
There'll be like two rival public transportation companies will just start shooting at each other in the middle of a street block.
Awesome.
And they're not even like hiding behind things while they shoot each other. They're just shooting each other.
This is late, but blood tubs is what I call my dick. Okay. That's it. That's my
Nice.